Today's video might make a lot of people uncomfortable because there are truths about marriage that a lot of women don't usually say out loud. I've been married 10 years, and the videos that I picked out for you guys today kind of depict a summary of what marriage really looks like, especially in the first few years. So brace yourselves up. This is not me telling you to be scared, but I just want you to understand what the majority of women in marriages go through and eventually come out of, because it's not abnormal, it's perfectly normal, and it's not a cause for alarm. So just watch with an open mind, okay?
Can I tell y'all a secret? One time my husband and I looked at each other and we were like, oh yeah, like we see why people get divorced. This is my realistic point of view as someone who has been married for a year and a half, and the truth about marriage. I think that we get sold this idea of a big wedding, but not the idea of what it actually takes to maintain a healthy marriage. And I also think that it's so easy to allow other people to judge a marriage when they ain't never been married a day in their life. Until you are in a marriage, you truly do not understand what it takes, what it requires emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally. It's so easy to get caught up in having a big old nice wedding, but actually not being committed to the hard days, the hard weeks, the hard months. As somebody who has been married for a year and a half, one of the things that I've learned is that a healthy marriage will hold a mirror up to you and will tell you the things that you need to work on and the things you need to be better at. Cause child, I thought I was perfect. I thought I was a catch. I got a PhD. I got a good career. I got good credit. I'm beautiful. What else could you need? Well, apparently there's a lot. Apparently you need to be able to reflect on your mistakes and admit and take accountability when you could have done better. Apparently you also need to over communicate. Apparently you need to watch your tone. Apparently you need to respect your partner at all times. Apparently you don't need to have everybody up in your business, and you need to have conversations with your partner. Apparently you got to make time for each other and reconnect. Apparently you got to make sure that you're allowing somebody to both be an individual but also show up as a collective in the marriage. Apparently there's a lot of stuff that goes on in a marriage, and I share this because I remember when I was single and I was wanting marriage, it felt like all I could think of was, I need to be married, I want to be married, and da 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 da. I had no idea what it actually required. And even if I did know what it required, I would still marry my man. My man, heavy on my man. I'm choosing him every time. But what I'm saying is, I think that there need to be more honest conversations around what a real healthy marriage requires.
I am not ashamed to admit this, but my husband and I are not getting along right now. And I feel like there's this fear of judgment for talking about marital troubles once you have a baby, because you don't want to give off this aura that there's something wrong with your marriage. But then what happens is that new parents suffer in silence, and they think that there's something wrong with them and there's something wrong with their marriage in comparison to all these other first-time parents that seemingly have no issues. But let me normalize this, because every person that I've spoken to that has a young child has at one point or another gone through a phase where they are not getting along with their significant other. And that's not to say I don't love my husband. I love my husband more than anything in the world. We're just not getting along right now. Let me tell you why. We both have very stressful jobs. We are raising a 14-month-old toddler who is very demanding of our attention. She is also teething, so she is not sleeping. On top of the teething, she is not eating because she is teething. And I know that he's frustrated with me with the way that I respond to the stressors in our life, and I'm frustrated with him because I feel like I'm carrying a bigger load than he is. Here's the thing. This is the thing that I don't want to happen. I don't want people to come into the comments and be like, oh my God, your baby daddy is blah, 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 and start like judging him for X, Y, and Z. That is not the point of this video at all. I think my husband is an incredible husband. He's an incredible father. He is incredibly patient with me. But sometimes we just don't get along. And that is what we're going through right now. We are not getting along right now. And I think we should normalize talking about that, and talking about it in a way where it's not like airing out your dirty laundry. It's just saying like, this is what's happening in my life right now. This is how we're working through it. Have you experienced this, and how did you guys work through it?
First year of marriage is shit. It's absolute shit. Matter of fact, the first 2 years marriage, shit. But let me just tell you something. The hardest part isn't actually what's happening with you and your spouse, or you and your in-laws, or you and whoever. It's actually the fact that everyone comes up to you in that first year and will be like, oh my God, how's married life going? And you do not have the heart to say, absolute fucking shit, mate. You can't say that. So instead you're like, it's going well, but it's not going well because you don't know who you are anymore. It's not going well because the weight gain's gone crazy, but everyone thinks, oh no, you're happy, cute, wait, no, it's not. This is cortisol face, babe. Call it what it is. Stop deluding yourself to think, oh no, I'm just happily married and no, you're not. You don't see any of your friends anymore. You don't have boundaries anymore. You're living for your mother-in-law's approval. Happy where? And I know, like, if you're still listening to this, you know what I'm saying, and you know how, you know what is going on because you feel it. You wouldn't be listening to this for a minute unless you know what I'm talking about. You are not the woman that you once were, so don't go and lie to people and be like, yeah, I'm doing really well. No, you're not, babe. You're not. And if you don't get the help now, things will not get better. They will not get better because you already sold yourself down the river by literally saying to your mother-in-law, hey, I will do anything for you, mum. I'll do anything for you, auntie. You just literally got married to this man. And here we are now, spending our whole life in servitude to a mother-in-law. And then you wonder why she takes piss out of you. Dude, her own kid probably doesn't even treat her the way that you treat her. But here you are getting shat on. And you probably don't even go and see your family. Sis, stop. Sis, I'm calling you out. Stop.
This is actually the reality. Now I think I need to explain this third video briefly before I go back to reading the comments. Now a lot of people, women, actually go into marriage wanting to please in their husband's family. A lot of good women like me, and obviously that's not a bad thing entirely, especially if you are raised well. It comes naturally to you because you just want to show them respect, show your in-laws, especially your mother-in-law, respect. However, with this whole pleasing people and all that, there should be boundaries, because human beings, no matter how great you think they are or they think they are, they would abuse it. So that's why you need to just put boundaries for your own good. So yes, be good, but step back a little bit. It's not gonna harm them or you in any way when you step back when you need to, because you have to. Anyways, let's go over to reading the comments under this video. So this one says, my first year was horrible. We were adjusting, moving into a new place, financial security, weight gain, irregular periods. OMG, I'm better now, but I still want improvement. For a lot of people, that first year is actually hell. And yeah, for me it wasn't, but when we gradually moved into the second, third year, it was rocky. Another person said, yep, for me first 2 years was crap, especially after relocating, but year 3, baby, I want to marry him all over again. I love that. I think the first few years are the best. Then you become complacent about each other's feelings. The first few years is when you're still loved up. Then kids and work stresses come into the fold. Exactly. I think for the most part, the first years you're still in the honeymoon phase, and but when kids start trooping in, after 1, 2 kids, 3 children, oh my goodness, marriage exposes you to strengthen you. Definitely agree with that. That's why I'm so in support of marriage, because it exposes your flaws and it just helps you work on yourself as a human being. I had this realization 3 weeks in. I'm in it forever, but I definitely get why it happens. People give up on the slightest things. I'm not perfect, and neither is he. I also understood why people didn't start talking to me about it until I was married. Yeah, I've gotten to figure out that a lot of people don't talk about marriage until you're married, and that's why most of the married people just want to have married friends also, because they want someone that can actually relate with whatever it is that they are going through. And when I say going through, I don't mean things that are life threatening. It's just normal behavioral going through. I'm a terrible person the week before my cycle. My husband is truly an angel and deserves better. I've just learned not to speak during that week. Yes, and we have mood swings as women in general. We have it's a lot, guys. The baby is the enemy. Best marriage advice I've received. It's funny and helps us regroup to be on the same team. I'm sure this person doesn't really mean it literally, but however, it's almost like it's you and your husband against any problem, not you guys against each other. Yeah. Listen, my husband is also one of the things I brag about, the dad he is and how much he does for all of us, but I'm here to tell you that you're still likely bearing the brunt of the parenting household load as a whole. I've decided it's impossible to be 50-50. It's 80-20 at best, but I look at it as he's literally not capable of the things I am in motherhood, and that's not a diss, it's just the truth. Men could never. Yeah, I love her mindset. Because it's not even advisable to be mad at your husband for something that he's not biologically equipped to do. Like when you have a newborn, fact remains that the child needs the mother for the most part, because you're just like everything to your child. So you don't need to be mad at your husband. I love her mindset. It might not necessarily be 80-20, but seriously, I think that women give more, especially when it comes to raising children, and she's just settled it in her mind. It's not a bad thing. Our therapist told us you're getting the worst of what each other had left at the end of the day, and sometimes it's hard to leave off crumbs. It's okay to admit that, and it changed both of our perspectives immensely. Yes, you're both people from different backgrounds. You're getting the worst. You've seen the worst of this person, but you just need to choose yourself every day. First time parents, and I've thought about divorcing my husband so many times. Honestly, raising children in marriage is a lot. It's actually a lot. That's when a lot of temptations just come. It's no longer just you and your husband. I mean, you guys can weather the storm if it's just both of you, but with children, bringing children into the mix is a lot harder. But it's not something that is not doable. It's not something that you cannot get by. Anyway, that will be all the comments I'll be reading for now. I want to hear from you in the comments. Are these women telling the truth about marriage or not? I personally think that if we cannot talk about the hard parts, then we are just setting a lot of people up for failure even before marriage begins for them. But be honest in the comments. I want to know, what were the hardest parts of marriage for you? I'll be reading your comments as usual. That brings me to the end of my video. Thank you all so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. Please do well to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you all in another one. Okay, bye.